Friends, just give me my pay. Real talk, getting to it heavy, you know I'm about my payroll. Doing my thing, I'm a pro, I collected my mayo. You know ain't nothing move unless I say so. Independent hustler, I'm getting my payroll.
Hola, hola, gente. Welcome to KX. Oh, I almost said the call letters. We are changing the call letters, of course, for 2019. Of course, you are listening to the voice of San Joaquin. Did you hear that? San Joaquin. It's no longer Stockton. It is now San Joaquin, and we are loving it, of course, because this is a good change, and we are growing. So, yes, the voice right here of Stockton, the community of Stockton. So, welcome. Welcome to La Voz. Betty Ramirez, do appreciate you again for tuning in. And you know what? I have some guests that are going to be interviewed. And guess what? Today was the Women's March. And let me tell you, it was very, very successful. A lot of women, all ages turned out. I'm excited because I was there reporting. And I actually, interviewed various people. So I'm going to play that later on. But today I'm going to go ahead and do an interview with some individuals that are here with us at the radio station. So stay tuned. Don't you go anywhere. La Voz, Betty Ramirez.
Building up my bank account and my credit, dog. Sloan zone, be riding with the big dogs. I push positivity and that progress. But sometimes.
Yo, man, I remember that was yesterday, man. It was August
Come
30th,
on in, guys. Let's sit ourselves down.
I'm trying to touch Oakland, bro. I'm falling in love with this area, man. Que hola, area. Yo, KXVS go 4. Viste Black. Vamos a hacer el remix. Woo! Go, area.
Ay, si te quieres calentar el cerebro con esta fiesta de noche y de día. Ven pa' que tú veas cómo se ponen estos negros y vámonos conmigo para la bahía. Ahí donde todo se encuentra, ahí donde todo se cura. Ahí que la fiesta se calienta y las mujeres tan duras.
Rolling up on the scene, you know we at it, huh? Yeah, we up in the bay, I know you love it, huh? You see us up on the scene, you know it's popping, huh? Ice all on the links, they stay flooded, huh?
Ay, bienvenido a la bahía.
Yeah, that's where we from.
Bienvenido a la bahía.
You know we go dumb.
Bienvenido a la bahía.
Dominicana rum.
Bienvenido a la bahía.
Keep 'em in the
Feel
drum.
blessed, I came straight to Cali. I don't care where they say this is the best party. We smoke good, we drink right. You can get where you want, you're gonna find where you like. That's how we do all day in the bay. We like nobody, we party all day. We say que bola, que onda. Where you can bring the hoop, we ready to play. You feel me? That's how we do, don't believe me? I give you a proof, let's go with me to the club. I'm gonna put your hand in the rub. I dominicano y de Panamá. Peruano, colombiano, Nicaragua, mexicano, cubano, latino, está rap. This is my home area, what's up?
Rolling up on the scene, y'all know we at it, huh? Yeah, we up in
La
the bay,
voz,
I know
la
you
voz,
love it, huh?
la
You
voz.
see us on the scene, you know it's popping, huh? Ice all on the links, they stay flooded, huh?
Bienvenido a la bahía.
Yeah, that's where we from.
Bienvenido a la bahía.
You know we go dumb.
Bienvenido a la bahía.
Dominicana rum.
Bienvenido a la bahía.
They keep 'em in the drum.
Si te quieres calentar el cerebro con esta fiesta de noche y de día, ven pa' que tú veas cómo se ponen estos negros y vámonos conmigo para la bahía.
Party all night, the bottles they flow fluid. Nothing like the bass, swaggin' thought on me hit day. Excited girls, they all screamers. Can't be see, covered in Latinas, flags up. Mexicanas, Colombianas, up high, we rockin' in the cabanas. OAK, SFC, hands up, they don't know who we be. Let me remind y'all, step into this party. Shots of Patron, this bottles of Don P. Shut down, we hitting another party. It's top floor, models around me. Yeah, y'all, city of big dreams. Round 4, this time it's on me. Ninth floor, no time to play. Frisco, come around my way. What?
Ahí donde todo se encuentra, ahí donde todo se cura, ahí que la fiesta se calienta y las mujeres tan duras.
Baytown, you know how it goes down. Represent worldwide.
Ahí vamos, ahí vamos.
Welcome to the
30 segundos.
Go,
Welcome to the Bay.
Oakland,
Welcome to the Bay.
San Home,
Nothing like the Bay.
DC,
Welcome to the Bay.
Berkeley,
Hey, we're up on Facebook.
EPA,
Welcome to the Bay.
Richmond,
Nothing like the Bay.
Hayward,
Welcome to the Bay. Bay.
Santa Rosa,
Welcome to the Bay.
Walnut,
Welcome to the Bay.
Concord,
Welcome to the Bay.
Antioch,
Nothing like the Bay.
San Leandro.
Welcome to the.
You're listening to KXVS, KXVS 92.1 FM, The Voice of Stockton. Noticias y algo más, El Profe Cortés, Mondays and Wednesdays, 4 to 6 p.m. for exclusive Spanish news. Sin filtre, sin filtre. Sin filtre. I love to say that. Of course, we are your community radio station right here. Of course, the voice of San Joaquin. It is no longer Stockton. It is San Joaquin. Whoop, whoop. I love to say that. And of course, you know, that makes us very proud because we are growing. We are growing. And today is a proud day because Women's March of Stockton took place this morning. And I was part of it, and I was just loving on all the people out there because I was interviewing, taking pictures, I was dancing, I was everything, right? And now we have the group that was here with, of course, Doug Vigil before, and I caught them before they left. So we're going to continue this beautiful interview. And, of course, we have Henry Ortiz. Hola, Henry. Welcome to your community radio station.
Buenas tardes. Good afternoon to all our team.
Buenas tardes. And Sabrina Flores. And then we have Roberta
Arinaga.
Arinaga. I like your last name, girl.
I got to do some tongue lashing in it to get it in there like, you know?
So tell me, what was your experience today? I mean, today was awesome, wasn't it?
It was amazing.
Give it to me. What was your
Absolutely.
thought when you
Ladies?
saw the group of women that were there? Strong-minded, híjole, the voices.
You know what? I gave a lot of hugs because I've seen a lot of sisters, you know, friends out there. I invited a lot of people yesterday. You know, me and you, Betty, were out last night. A lot of them showed up.
Yes,
you
that was
know,
beautiful.
So it was nice. It was like, wow, we're all here. Stockton's here.
Yes, yes. And, you know, there was something going on last night because I could feel it. The energy, the vibe.
Yes.
And, you know, I love Stockton. This is my hometown. You know, no matter what people may say, there is a lot to offer in this particular city.
There is.
And the people are beautiful. They're, you know, they can love on you if you let them, you know, and
Yeah.
that's something that we have to do more often, right?
Absolutely.
More often. And so, yeah, give me your opinion, guys, whoever wants to start, you know, of the event.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely beautiful. Like I said, when I had walked up and just to see a group of women getting ready to do the march, it was very empowering. But not only empowering, it also felt it felt like a community. It felt like this is my city, something to be prideful for and something to take pride in. And it also gave me strength to know that, hey, there's other women here, you know, walking up to this thing just like me. You know, it was equality that I saw. It was nobody's higher, nobody's better, nobody's more educated. It was equality and love and unity and everything that they stood for, solidarity. It was there. And sorry for the ones who didn't make it out. You're there in spirit, and we're thinking about you.
And you missed out.
I didn't want to say that.
That's la neta. Keeping it real.
Keep it real.
La neta, right?
You know, that's funny how she said that because I told a couple ladies, if you don't make it tomorrow, you'll be walking with me in spirit, and I'll be walking with you.
Be there or be square.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. It was a very, very good experience, though. And it was also something to treasure and something to always know that, you know, you have women backing you up in this
Yes.
community, whether you know it or not.
Yeah.
You know, you are empowered. Your voice does matter. You matter.
Exactly. You know, everybody was walking around with the
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter, and I'm thinking, you know what? Those colores matter. All colors
Yeah.
matter.
That's what's up.
Not just the black lives. You know, the brown
Right.
lives, the white the, you know, yellow lives. I mean, we all do.
Absolutely.
We all have the same color of blood, right?
All human
Exactly.
lives matter.
That's right.
You know, especially people of color. You know, it was beautiful
That's
to
right.
be able to be there and support for our women because they go through so much
That's Henry
pain
Ortiz.
and trauma, and nobody really allows them to heal that. And you know, all everything's just kind of going to the judicial system. You know, the man comes out angry, he grows up angry or whatever because he got issues towards moms or went through a lot of years of abuse, has trust issues, jealousy issues, beats on a woman. They finally break up. She leaves him after years of abuse. abuse, and then he wants to come back and terrorize her, threaten her, punch her. You know, they go through a lot of stuff. But you know what? That really is also a reflection of how hurt our men are, and we need to heal them so they can be better men to nurture our women, to be there. Because our women are raising up to 8 kids by themselves. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, some of them don't even have a high school diploma. You know, they need support. You know what I mean? It's a struggle.
But not only that, we need to empower each other to make better choices.
That's true.
You know, make better decisions and do better. Not just make those decisions and talk about it like we were just talking about during our break, but actually do it. And if you don't have somebody there to show you how to do it, you do. Whether you know it or not. If you want it, you'll know it. You'll figure it out. And that is so important to people these days, is that you need to strengthen within yourself so you can be strong for others. Because if you don't truly help yourself, how can you truly be there for others? And really, you're doing a disservice to yourself, because you want to be just as strong and resilient and flexible and be able to give back what you're giving.
Yeah.
So basically, finding purpose in your trauma after you've done all the internal work that results in healing, and then being empowered to want to give back and reach out people come from that same community or background or experiences that you've went through and stuff. You know, there's purpose in pain. Pain's not just to be something to be angry and resentful about and attack the whole world about. It's something to process, or something to understand, something to gain wisdom from, and something to gain purpose from, and to give back. Even in art, you know, the best artists are artists that talk about pain. You know, when I was songwriting in prison, my best music came when I was hurting, when I was in tears, when I had stress and I felt alone and I felt unloved and I felt isolated. But nobody knew, because I wear that mask, like a chingon mask, like I don't give a crap about nothing, right? But deep inside, we're emotional human beings, and everybody needs to be validated emotionally, especially our women, because they put up with so much and tolerate so much. And whoever, you know, they're always mothers. They're working full time from work and then to raising the kids, and the kids, you know, they have needs, and mama, give me. But who's pouring spiritual healing and love on our women to help them process, you know, their struggles and their stressors in life, so they can be effective.
And I think that was a big thing about what today was, is that, you know, hey, you know, us women, we do have to stick together, because a lot of times we don't have that fallback when we come home from work, working 3 jobs, taking care of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kids, whether it's 1 or 2, whatever, education, whatever you're doing, we need to support each other. And like it was said earlier in the march, and like Sabrina said earlier in the show, you know, we don't need to be in competition with each other. We need to be in conditioning with each other. You know, help each other condition.
Well said.
See, it was a day of celebrating women, a sister.
Yes.
You know, today my sister was there. She's my nephew was killed by gun violence. Today's his birthday. She was sad.
Darn.
I was there. Yeah. You know, I told her to come. You know, she cried all night, but you know, she was there just to represent the Women's March, because today was a positive event.
Yes, it was.
You know, it was very positive. Stockton, we need more, you know, of this, the OWL movement, you know, all the ladies that got together from different movements. You know, I'm not familiar with all of them, but you know what? I remember faces, and I'll be there to support them in the future. You know.
Girl, you're always out there. Oh my goodness.
I love
you support the community.
Shout out to Sabrina, who's always out there. And that's girl.
I just have to call her. Hey, okay, girl, what's going on? Fill me in.
Yeah.
Because I respect Betty enough to, hey, this is some people I know. She's gonna say yes or no. It's just it's for her.
Yeah.
Like for
no,
Mr.
it's
Henry.
for the community.
Well, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. She's always said, like, Henry, you know, hey, we talked about a lot of things. We know the mutual homeboys and stuff. Hey, it's about, okay, everybody complains, oh, the city ain't doing this. We can do it, the common people.
Right.
Get
And that's a big thing. That's part of the whole, you know, march again today too. Falls back on that. There was no city officials, no city electives, things like that. It was no type of parties like that. They may have been there within the crowd as observers and or participants.
I didn't see any.
I seen Christina Fugazi.
When did she come in? Probably
she was there in the beginning.
Okay,
at the
I missed
Eden
her.
Park. Yeah,
She's
no, I did.
everywhere.
I will acknowledge it. Sorry to put your name out there, girl, but I seen you.
Got caught.
I seen you.
Got caught.
No, but you know, it wasn't about that. It wasn't about anything like that. It was about, again, women of the community coming together, empowering other women, and just letting them know that, hey, you know, if you cannot do it on your own, yes, you can.
Yes,
you can. And there was a lot of women up there that went through a lot of different trials. And in all honesty, I had tears in my eyes from almost each story, because almost each story you could relate to. every woman could relate to one of those women that was up there on stage. Or a man, either a woman or a man. Everybody has their own story. And like one individual lady had said, it's really not about your story. It's how you choose to end it. It's how you choose to write your ending.
How you choose to write your ending.
Yep.
Wow. Well, my heart went out to the Native women. My goodness, all the women that
Thank you.
passed. Oh, my goodness,
You know, it was
to
an
hear the
honor
stories.
for someone
Yeah.
that just
Made my heart drop.
it was an
It's
honor.
really heartfelt because, you know, a lot of the times you hear Hispanic culture, you hear African culture, you hear Filipino culture, like Little Manila was being shared today, and you
Yes.
hear about all the other cultures and whatnot, but so far often the Native culture is left out, and it's such a big culture that this country was based on.
Yes. Yes. Well,
And a lot of people don't want to address it, and they want to just bypass it. Oh, that's a Hispanic.
that's wrong.
And that's a Hispanic,
wrong.
you know, and that's not true. Like, you know, you look at me and you think, oh, she's Hispanic. Well, no, wait a minute. I'm Indian too. I'm mostly Indian.
Hey,
I'm
we're
barely
all
Spanish.
Latinas.
But yeah, no, I agree, you know, and especially with the little kids that are, you know, gone missing, the ones that there's unsolved crimes for, unsolved murders, things like that. No, it absolutely needs to come to a closure, and it needs to be brought awareness. And that's what today was about, is bringing those type of actions aware to people who don't know. They don't realize that Native Americans, you know, the indigenous culture, if you will, you know, we do have things going on. We do have kids that are missing. And again, like I said earlier in the show, you don't see those children on Amber Alerts.
No.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a shame.
It is.
It shouldn't be that way.
No, it shouldn't. It's sad.
And so by us raising our voices today, hopefully, that will make a difference. And that's what this community radio is all about. It's
Absolutely.
for us to be able to raise our voices loudly.
Community engagement. That's always the key.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Getting our people to start pushing policy
That's
around
right.
creating more laws that are more for the people, as
That's
opposed
right,
to
Henry.
hyper criminalizing our people and incarcerating us, but really just focusing on holding these services, these people that get these grants to do services for the community. If you're going to say that you do that service for the people, and you know, also law enforcement, if you're going to pay all this money, and find out who the hell is killing our women, and hold people accountable accordingly, right?
Yes.
I mean, why are we paying all these taxes and all this money and only addressing certain issues in certain communities, but yet the hoods are just areas where we just come and harass and freaking, you know, process them and see if they got warrants, and when they don't have nothing, you go back empty-handed, and all you're doing is harassing people of color who are now more hyper-traumatized by law enforcement. You know what I mean? Every time I see law enforcement, I see a gun, I get triggered.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Why do I have that fear against cops?
Yeah.
Because of what they're doing to our
It
people.
shouldn't be.
And how do we hold them accountable in a safe space where we get them to heal the trauma that's causing them to project their hurt and their pain or whatever fears, you know? A lot of them are functioning out of fight or flight. When you're fight or flight, it's like you're intoxicated on alcohol. You're going to react and overreact and make choices where you're going to take human lives in the community and are going to be voiceless, just like we have these poor women and that nobody's stood up for and addressed.
And I think, honestly, to have that type of interaction and involvement of our city to put together a march for women, especially right now in the times that we're in and the cultural beliefs that we have going on, it couldn't have come at a better time.
Yes, that's
It
true.
really couldn't have. It was a perfect time for it to happen, especially, like I said, we have so much going on, not just within our women, but within our community.
Yeah.
And us as women and men, and, you know, we need that support. So often, you know, we support our men going out there, but we need them to support us when we're out there as well.
That's right.
And
We
then
do.
Also, and also
Go ahead,
too,
Sabrina.
it was a great opportunity to let Stockton know that, hey, there's Native people here in Stockton, you know.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is
of course.
Yocut territory.
Of course.
Yocut, you know, we are a community. We might be small,
Yeah.
but we're here.
We are small MIT.
We're gonna get you to push the Yo-Cut community movement.
Yeah.
You're gonna start the Yo-Cut
Yes.
coalition. Yo-Cut. Hey, any Native people from the Yo-Cut, come
California
join us. He's the
natives.
president and CEO of Yo-Cut Productions.
Okay. Well, yeah, put out your information, your phone number, your webpage, you know, Facebook, all information that somebody could jot down, so that way if they have any questions and they want to follow through, get a hold of you, they
Yeah,
have a way.
okay.
So
Yeah,
put it out there,
Absolutely.
please.
Yes, and I'm Sabrina. Flores Inc., and I'm with Stockton Powwow. I'm the community outreach coordinator.
That's right.
So I can be reached on Facebook.
I'm Roberta Arinaga, and actually, I'm just here for the people. I'm just community involved, and I'm just speaking up for what I've seen, and just speaking up for what I've been through, and hopefully, some more of our community members can get involved just the same.
That's wonderful.
Cool. And my name is Henry Ortiz. I'm a community organizer and co-founder of the Self-Awareness and Recovery Organization, also formerly incarcerated, out here working in the communities to heal our communities, our at-risk youth in schools that have at-risk populations, and also in the juvenile halls, the prisons, and in the community, doing reentry and just changing policy at the Capitol. And you can look us up at selfawarenessandrecovery.weebly.com. I believe that's the freaking email. I don't remember these stuff. I'm still new. I've only been out here a year after 18 years, so I'm still adapting to a lot of the technology.
Wow.
That's we were out here. We had
Really
pages.
good.
You know what I mean? Pages. I remember pages. I got to use an iPhone. Like, God, man, how you work this stuff? You know? But, you know, we'll figure
It's a
it
little
out.
computer in your hand.
Yeah. Mini computer.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you so much for coming, guys. This means a lot. Now, there is an event that I do every year, and it's called the Chicano Community Program Radio Reunion Car Show / but it's also for
Did you say
KXVS.
car show?
I said
Car
car
show?
show.
I'm in.
Bombitas. I'm talking
Yeah.
bombitas classic.
Are they gonna have Vatos Pachucos? Because that culture even died. You know, even the culture of the Pachucos kind of died. You know what I mean? We had our own
bring
unique
back
culture.
the Zoot-suit.
The
And
Zoot-suit,
the
right?
lengua, the
The
lengua.
lengua, huh? Yeah.
There's a Pachuco language.
We'll bring James Olmos to come and do the Zoot-suit.
Hey, I met the man. He's
Oh,
so
right.
awesome.
I love
Good
me
man.
some James.
Good
So
man.
awesome. I
Good
met him
man.
in Sacramento.
Our respects. He's a voice for our brown people. You know what I mean?
He sure is.
And he did some
That's
amazing work in some of
And
the acting.
documented también. He
Yeah,
actually was
he
one
is.
of the only individuals that went to visit a gentleman that was deported in Mexico.
That's what's
And
up.
he was the only one to show. The guy broke down. I was interviewing him on the radio, Noticias y Algo Más, Spanish radio. And he was so touched by him.
I
Because
mean-
nobody, not even his
He's done some
familia,
powerful.
looked him up.
He's done some powerful
But
work.
he did.
You know,
And I said, wow, quiere tu historia. He maybe
Right.
wants to make it into a movie.
from playing A.B. Quintanilla, Selena, one of the they say Latinas. I don't use the term Latina,
And
but
to American
you know,
Me.
I
Yes.
mean, American Me got him in
Yes.
some trouble, but you know, yeah. When I touch
No,
on that.
American Me
Yeah.
brought it real.
But
Yes.
no. He did amazing work though. His acting
He
is
still
amazing.
does today.
What he did
Absolutely.
with Stand and Deliver, Jaime Escalante. I mean, that man is amazing. He's our voice. He's our people. He's a brown-skinned brother. And in Hollywood, when we didn't have brown-skinned people
No.
playing a
Yeah.
convict, a
Absolutely.
gangster, a prisoner,
I
a
think he
teacher.
was the first, no? He was
Yeah,
one
one
of
of
the
the
first.
first. One of the first. You know what I mean? But amazing man. Our shout out to Mr. James Olmos.
Yes.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
And his wife, because it's about the women. It ain't about James. It ain't about the man. It ain't about me. It's about our women. So let's not forget that. Let's recognize today's their day. Let's honor them. Right?
That's right. But again, thank you for all who did attend. It was absolutely a beautiful blessing to see our community, and again, just the community. It was just women from all different aspects, coming from all different walks. I know I walked over there and I seen different women walk up, and you know, from different corners and different blocks and stuff, and that was absolutely beautiful, just to know that we all had the same mindset. We were all sisters, you know, and we need to see that, and we need to say it more. Don't just think it, say it, acknowledge it, and be better to each other and for each other, because that's going to make the change. We can talk about change, but be the change.
I like that. Sabrina, what do you think?
You know what? I want more events like this, you know.
Well, you know what? This Chicano Community Program
Oh, of course.
is one that is going to continue with tradition. It's
Awesome.
going to continue with cultura.
Yes.
Let's do it.
It's going to continue with our food, traditional, authentic food.
You know you got us.
Dance, danza, mariachi. I'm talking.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what we
I'm
need.
there.
So we're going to have our fifth, and it's not going to be at the Oak Grove Regional Park. I think we're going to bring it downtown. Centralized.
Bring
We
it
love
back in the community.
it. Better for all Stockton.
Awesome.
Awesome.
That's what's up. That's what's
And
up.
I'm excited.
Who decided to continue with us is Juan Escobedo, and he's going to bring his dad, Peter Escobedo, the legend.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my
Legend.
God.
Yeah,
That's going to be
Timbales.
awesome.
And you know who might show?
Ah.
Sheila E.
Sheila E. I am there. I'm bringing the whole banda.
To have the whole Escobedo family right there.
Yes.
Man.
That's
my
what's
God.
up. That'd be a nice tribute to Stockton. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, it
they're
would.
legendary. They're classic. Their music.
Oh,
is
that
just
gave me chills.
amazing.
That gave me chills. I'm not gonna lie, it gave me chills.
Yeah, Pete
And
was the
the
first
excitement.
person that I interviewed when I started radio back in the
Serious?
70s.
You gotta send me that link. You gotta send me that link.
And then he came back and did another interview before this one started. A little bit,
Wow.
I think the second week.
Wow.
So, you know, he's with us.
I did
Yeah,
time. I
he's
did
with
time
us.
with a lot of folks that were connected with that family and the amazing work they were doing back in the
Beautiful family.
70s. And I've been honored to really see him and maybe meet him and just be like, "What's up, dog?" I got some rap music. What's up, man? I got some modernized Chicano hip hop Latin music with the
Just remember too, you gotta come on
Here,
that
pass the
day.
torch, homie. Let me get that torch right here. Now, ya estás viejo. Let me give me the skills and let me build a team.
Calm
and
down,
produce.
calm
You know what I
down.
mean? Let's do this right now, right?
Hey, the guy looks amazing.
Does he?
Amazing.
He's a stud. He's looking good.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Well
for his age.
preserved.
That's
This
what's
is
up.
awesome. It feels like, the right start for 2019.
I
For
agree.
our, not just us as individuals and as a culture, but as a society of our city and our community. So far this year, the change is here. Look this is only January 19th. We're just getting started.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's
Well,
up.
Today was pretty successful.
Absolutely.
Yes,
You know?
And the
Step
sun was out.
towards the right place.
Yes.
Everything starts with vision. You want to envision what the year is going to look like, what society is going to like what your life is going to look like. It's vision. And when I was in prison, I had to have vision, and I knew that I was going to
Yeah.
do the work that I'm doing today when I was
Yes.
in there because I had the vision, and I worked every day to prepare
Bless
and
your heart.
strategize to implement that vision. So we want a better Stockton, then we have to envision it. We have to mobilize. We have to organize and encourage
make it
and
happen.
empower our people to start living towards the vision of what we want Stockton to look like.
And
in
the key
future.
to your story is that you put it into practice while you were there. So when you came out, you knew how to transition.
You got a condition. A lot of
Yeah,
people
and
say,
that's the thing.
a lot of people like some of the brothers say, "Oh no, I'll stop using drugs when I get out and I'll be cool." No, brother. It's like trying to say, "Oh, I'm gonna go fight the champion right now. I'll train a night before or whatever. The day that I get out,
Yeah.
the day I'll fight."
Happened.
Doesn't work. Training and conditioning
true.
is ongoing work. To be the best, you got to put in the time and the effort and the energy and the heart and
Absolutely.
soul.
I
And we all
agree.
have something to give in this community.
Absolutely.
Yes, we do.
Especially if you're
Something.
from here or if
Heart
you're
of
not
gold.
from here.
Yeah.
Especially if you're from here, great. If you're not from here, hey, even better because you have an understanding of something else that maybe you can bring to the table.
Yeah.
That's
Developing different models.
Yeah.
The Bay Area is leading the way in the movement, especially Oakland. Big shout out to them, from all the way from the Malcolm X era and the
But our
Black
cultura
Panthers.
gotta do a movement here.
We gotta,
You
we
know what
gotta
I
be
mean? We
smart.
gotta do
Learn
our
from the
movement here, too.
other cities that have been doing it. And let's push it right here.
Yeah.
And one thing I love about Stockton, the reason why I came to Stockton, because I miss my gente. I miss the Mexican Chicano people that I grew up with, right?
That's right.
Today I had a reunion. One of my boys that I did time with, he did 24 years, and we're like united. And then my little homie who I left when he was 12 years old, now a full-grown man, owns 3 properties, and be able to reflect about our days in the streets, gang banging in high schools and juvenile halls, all the way to prison, and be able to be grown men and be like, you know what? I'm glad we went through all that stuff because it made us who we are. But I hated that we went through that because we created so much chaos, so much madness, and we destroyed a lot of people. You know what I mean? And it's like, let's live in purpose. Let's go reach out to these communities. Start going to Franklin High, Edison High. Let's go to the juvenile hall where we did time at, and let's go to these communities. Start healing the people that we
And that's how you
influenced and
do it.
destroyed. You put it in action.
And that's
Talking
how you
the
do
shit.
it.
Right.
Put it in action.
That
Mobilize
is
and
right.
organize. Right?
Yeah.
I like that. What's your one word for the year? One word.
Gratitude.
Okay. Gratitude. ¿Por qué? Why?
Because I'm grateful for the Lord. Without the Lord, I'm
Gracias.
crap. Without the Lord, I'm an addict. I'm an angry, broken human being. It's the Lord who has placed me in a position to be free and to make a difference. When He called me at 16 years old when I was in juvenile hall and I read the whole Bible, my mother changed and she became a Christian. Her tone changed to me. Then I changed. And I said, you know what? I came out preaching, smoking weed in the hood. But and I said, oh, man, God gave me a gift of preaching. Oh, my God. But then I eventually I knew I was going to have to go there for a long time. And now I've been able to do what He told me I was going to do at 16 and be able to fulfill and really make my sacrifice. It's all about, my repentance to God and to my victims, because I destroyed communities. And so all I do is in honor of Him and in honor in the memory of my victims, because I did some very bad decisions that based on my trauma, and I owe that to my community. And so that's why I push like fire full time. I don't go no part times and sell out for no jobs. I might not make much as a nonprofit advocate, but we're pushing. We're getting paid for 2 or 3 services, and we're doing wraparound service up to 7 services. Just pushing it, collecting data, eventually apply for the grants that we got coming, like other communities doing, and growing together little by little by helping our people and empowering them.
Awesome. Tu palabra.
I would say for me, perseverance. No matter
Wow,
what.
that's mine. You're right on.
But whatever you go through in life, whatever your struggle is in life, whatever life throws at you, do not stop. Do not quit. Do not let go. Do not give up.
Ever.
And always remember, if you can have faith as a mustard seed, you can do anything. That little seed, because man, I faced my own challenges. I faced my own demons. I faced my own battles and my own struggles. I've did it out loud. I've did it quietly to myself. It doesn't matter how you go through it. Keep going. And always wake up for your own purpose. Whether you have nothing to do that day or something to do that day, know that you always have a purpose, and persevere in whatever you do, because you will succeed and you will accomplish.
Motivational life coach on the line. Services right now. I'm a manager. If you need some coaching, some healing, this woman got some amazing wisdom. I am like, wow, what a blessing. I just met her like minutes ago.
I know.
I'm just like, damn, homegirl's got gang. You know?
My eyes filled up with tears.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's beautiful, beautiful spirit, beautiful soul of the Lord.
Thank you for saying that.
No, I'm not flattering. I'm just saying la neta, right?
No, I'm
La
thank you for
neta,
saying
right?
that.
Remember la neta?
Takes God's eyes to see God's work.
That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about.
Sabrina.
Mine is direction.
Dirección.
Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Leave the past as the past and keep moving forward, looking for direction. Positive direction.
Yeah.
Positive change.
I like it.
Direction. I like that.
Short and
We all
sweet.
need direction
Short
and
and sweet.
guidance.
Purpose and direction,
Yeah.
right?
Look for it.
Without direction, you can't fulfill your purpose because you don't know where your purpose is.
Yes.
And
A lot of people
sometimes
don't
be
find it.
quiet and be still and listen, and
Yeah.
you'll find
Yes.
it.
And today was the day because, man, we were surrounded by so many powerful women.
Wow.
Everyone had a
And
title.
that was just in the
Maria
community.
Flores, big shout out to you, my
Just in the
sister.
community. And so many of us wear so many hats.
Amazing
Who do I
sister.
talk to first? Who do I
Yes.
interview first? I'm like,
It's
but
a beautiful
beautiful
thing.
to see.
Big shout out to
Yeah.
Trish too. Trish Aguilar.
yes, yeah, she was there.
Sumaya. I mean, amazing women. They've been through a lot, or some of them that just are
Lupita
intelligent.
Nicole, she had a
Yes.
Lupita
Lupita
Nicole.
Nicole.
Shout out to her. Her
Lupita.
story touched my heart.
Yeah,
Yes.
amazing.
So many
Garrison,
women.
Yeah,
yes.
that's
So
what's
many,
up.
so many women that again they stay silent in their struggle, and they stay quiet and within their own home, and they go through it quietly, and they don't express to people what they go through. They don't talk about it because we're taught to just keep going, be strong, oh, you got this. No, you know what? It's okay to not be strong
it's okay to
sometimes.
vent. It's
It's okay to go through what you're going through, to feel your feelings. And sometimes we don't have to be strong. Sometimes it's okay to be weak because we're human. We're not warriors of, strength. We walk with strength, we carry it, but it's okay to fall on our knees, and when we do, pray.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's
And it's
up.
healthy to cry.
It is
It's
healthy to
healthy
cry.
Yes, it is.
to cry.
Therapeutic to cry.
Rejuvenates.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
healing.
like the earth. How can we get flowers if we get no rain?
That's right.
How can your body, how can your soul heal if you can't cleanse it? You need to
Look at this
cleanse.
wisdom. What is this? Who are you? What universe? Are you the incarnation of
Andy, I'm gonna say it again. I chose her. You're going with me.
Yeah, she got more game than I do. I ain't got that much macaroni.
I know to get down when she starts
That's
talking and
what's
stuff. Because we're family, and there's
beautiful.
times that we
Yeah.
talked. Like as Cecilia, we talk at the porch, and
Yeah. So many
Mentoring?
nights.
Yeah.
So many
Mentoring
nights. So many nights. And I stay quiet. I listen. And I think that's a big part of my speaking is because I listen. I try to listen to people, and I try to hear what they have to say. And even when they don't speak, I try to hear their body language, because a lot of times that speaks volumes.
Oh my goodness.
and she's brave because she didn't even know what she was getting herself into. You're going.
I didn't even know. I got contacted 10 minutes
Henry,
before we were supposed to
You
come
in
out. What's
Stockton,
going
'cause
on?
that's Mr. President in the hood. You know what I mean? Hey, you in Stockton? Did your plane drop? Because you gotta come over here. Because you're everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing God's work. All glory to the
He
Lord.
loves what
Without
he's
him,
doing.
Absolutely.
without him, we wouldn't be. I wouldn't be nothing. So I
That's
just
his
give.
passion.
Amen.
Yeah, you know what
I
mean?
agree.
All glory to the Lord.
Yes.
You know?
Well, today gave me hope because I have haters, and let me tell you, I
We
have
all
haters.
do.
Yeah, I
They're
have haters.
everywhere.
And
You could give me their names after the show.
Hater patrol.
Yeah. We'll do it. We'll do it our way. way, the barrio way.
But you know what?
Do they have a car?
Man, barrio style. We have various ways of dealing with.
I turn haters into fans.
Yeah.
They just need some love. They just
But
need some love.
definitely, you know, the Lord giving you the strength to go on. Híjole, if it wasn't for Him, I
absolutely.
wouldn't be here today.
That's what's up, my sister.
Let me tell you, hurdles upon hurdles upon hurdles. And, híjole.
And then we
Well,
appreciate you,
but
Betty.
remember,
Yeah,
this.
Appreciate you.
Always know this: the Lord gave us the strength to go on, but remember, we gave Him the strength to carry that cross.
That's it. Amen. You should write a book right now. I'm a publish that book right
Henry's like,
now. No, but you know what, sister? No, but you know what, Betty? I see you at the movements. I see you there, present, always, all day, full time. You know, you probably haven't even ate lunch, but you know what I mean. That's how it is. I lost a lot of weight. Like I got chubby. You know, because we don't get time to eat. In the movement, it takes a lot out of you. But I really do appreciate you. And I didn't even know you knew my boy Danny, man. Danny Silva, who did 39 years for
I was
Wrong
in
for
contact with him yesterday, day before.
That's what's up. I just got out the phone. He was at the Capitol. I'm gonna tell him. You say
Oh, he
what's up.
sends me pictures all the time.
I'm gonna bring him over
Damn,
here.
he's good looking. Look at him.
That's my boy. We were right there. 39 years.
The guy
Look
doesn't
at how he works that in.
That's my boy.
Hey, that was
man.
like my brother when
That's
I
my
took
boy.
my brother to the
That's-
boat
that's-
out
That's my
there.
boy, man.
It's
So much
another
time we
one.
did
Oh, I
together.
love it.
Well,
Man,
this
I love
proves
that
too,
brother.
Henry,
Huh?
that the neighborhood has talent.
Yeah, neighborhood. Yeah. Who's got talent? We're gonna start a new movement.
Coming to a hood near you.
Barrio New Year.
Watch out,
And you got
watch
talento. Yeah, doing big
Like,
things. My boy Danny. Yeah. That's my boy.
We good
man.
people.
We good people. Yeah, big shout out to Danny Silva from Self Awareness and Recovery,
Yes.
co-founder with me. And
Gotta
man,
bring
I love
him
you,
in.
brother.
Brilliant minds,
Yeah,
brilliant
sure.
minds.
got
I
to
got him.
interview him.
I got you. I didn't know you know him. I was like, all right. And I was like,
She
what's
knows
up?
everybody.
She knows everybody. Big
She has
time.
a story, but she's not in the interview, right?
That's what's
She's
up.
the interviewer.
Girl, I got stories. 3 books in me.
Damn it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
It's
she's
been
amazing.
a pleasure to have you guys
Likewise,
here.
my sister, especially with our brown community. I miss my brown
Absolutely.
Yes.
community.
And let's go back to the Chicano community program.
For
I
sure.
want you guys to be
Yes.
part of
Oh,
it.
I'm there.
heck yeah.
Let's do
I
that.
want you guys to have a table there, and
Let's do that.
everybody and anybody that is a nonprofit organization has resources for families. I want them there.
Yeah.
We
Awesome.
coming.
them
We
there.
coming.
And you know, last year it was good, but it could have been better. It could-
Post it on
we
Facebook.
need-
You already know social
I had
media.
a lot of people saying, "God, if I knew about this event, I would have been
Yeah,
attending
that's
year
true.
after year."
Yeah.
But I'm only one person.
Yeah.
Well, happy
And let me
network.
tell you, I mean, when I promote. I
Yeah.
just
What's up?
get out there.
Yeah.
And if somebody drops the ball, I pick it up and I make sure everything is done.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is something that I started back in Colorado, because Colorado didn't have representation.
That's what's
And I
up.
said, what the heck? ¿Qué pasa?
Yeah.
¿Qué pasa aquí? You
She's
know?
an
Yeah.
organizer. Look at her.
Yeah.
So next thing I know, I had the Four Corners there.
Damn
Yeah.
in Cinco de
it.
Mayo. And
Damn
let me
it.
tell you, one day turned out to be a 2-day event because it was so jammed.
Yes.
Everyone
I
wanted to
love
be part
it.
of it. Everyone
That's
love
what's
it.
up.
Las cuatro esquinas are right there. I'm like, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, what
And
a
I
trend.
said, I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for la gente, because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
all about the people.
Yeah.
Hey, and you were just getting started.
They missed that. They
Well,
missed
they
that.
tell me when I
Just
left,
getting
I
started.
took the fiesta with me. They said,
We got to bring la fiesta over there.
said, no,
Why-
no, no.
right?
Yeah.
Next year, we're going over there.
Let's
Yeah,
invite
reunion.
Colorado.
Come on, make
They
it
can come.
a 3-day conference. Man. Yeah.
we'll
Our
invite
esquinas are
ourselves to go
big.
over there. Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, I think you'll have a positive impact this year, especially after, the Women's March today. I think a lot of our positive impacts do happen when they put them in the center of the city, because we have the
That's true.
accessibility for us as communities and people who want to be involved. We have that accessibility to actually be able to come out there.
Yes,
So
and
I think it will have a
centralized.
more positive. Yeah,
I
As you're
agree.
passing by, you see something.
It'll have a
agree.
more positive impact.
I agree.
Yep.
And like I said, everybody's invited, any nonprofit. So if you know of any nonprofits, let them know. So that way
Absolutely.
they have, a booth space
You're
out
welcome.
there. But definitely, this is something that's going to go on, and it looks to me like it's going to be September. And not only that, but I'm pulling for all the Escobedo family. And
That's what's up, Escobedo.
Yes.
That's what's
I would
up.
love to bring Joe Baton too. Do
Joe
you
Baton?
know?
Oh, I've
Oh,
met
so
him a
that
few
he's got
times.
He's
Stockton
cool.
really close to his heart.
Yeah.
Really?
Do you know how much?
There's
he
a
loves
few of them that
Baton?
do
On
too.
car show.
Yeah.
Because there's a big old soul right here. There's a heart.
Yeah,
That's why I
there's
came all the way from
some
Sac. I need my real
Chicanos
people.
support him so much, and
Yeah.
he remembers that.
Yeah.
The beginning, he
That's how
remembers
made it.
that, and
That's how
so
he
when he
made it.
comes out, he even told me he feels like he's at home.
We even made a dance
Yeah.
for him, you know. Avioncito style.
Yeah, there's a few people that are, in the music and the entertainment industry that are from the community and are involved, but we do need to get them more involved as well. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's true.
More about locals.
their generations are here,
Yes,
and that's what's important because it's not just about us; it's about our future.
Yeah, that's true.
What's up?
that's right.
What's up? What's
So
up?
let's get some people. Yeah, let's get them involved. I'm excited because this is an event that I look forward to every year, and it's part of the Chicano community program back in the day, 70s and 80s. That's when I started radio, and can you believe it was a time that I was young, but I learned from Mario Hernandez. He was the director back then, and I'm glad he taught me everything. Because of him, I decided to go major in communications. And then I had Ponce Reese. I don't know if you guys remember Ponce. Ponce Reese. God, what a leader.
Serio?
What inteligente like you would not believe. And then we had Robert Navarro también, and he had a library of oldies but goodies
Yeah,
that
I
I
love
could
that.
remember. Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
What a collection. And we lost him too. And
Damn
2 years ago we lost another DJ, which was part of that crew. And that was Joe. And we called him Joker back then.
Oh.
And diabetes took him.
Diabetes.
I have one more, and diabetes too is struck him. And Chris Jimenez, he's the other DJ that was DJing during that time. Matter of fact, KOP was really big too with Marty J. Do you remember that? Marty J, R&B?
Yeah.
But the Chicano Community Program started back then, and that's when I recall interviewing Tito Puente, interviewing Escovedo,
yeah.
Pete. I mean,
Legends.
beautiful people.
That's what's up.
And so, this is an event that touches my heart because it's a tribute. It's a tribute to all the Latinos that had something
Absolutely.
to do with the radio. And so many gave of themselves for the community.
Man.
So the
that's
community
beautiful.
can have a voice.
That's
And when they
beautiful.
sold the station back in, what was it, 89, 99, I'm not sure. Se cayó la voz de la comunidad.
Yeah.
We were
We
silenced.
need to bring back more voices.
So we have this community radio
Yeah.
station now
We need to
to
bring it
bring the
back.
voice back.
Bring
Hey,
it
but
back.
you know what? Congratulations to you, Betty, for holding it down.
What's
Yes.
up,
You've
Betty?
been holding it
Let me
down.
tell
Shout
you,
out to Betty.
it's hard,
Yes.
but I do it because it comes from my heart. And I
Yeah.
don't get paid for this. This is all volunteer.
Yeah.
That's her
Wow.
passion.
And that's what I'm
Voice,
talking
wow.
about. That's what I'm talking
Wow,
about,
Betty.
though.
So this is
Wow.
it's tough, but I do it because I love it and I want the community to have a voice. So
Absolutely.
and I'm going to continue to do it until we bring on some youth so I could train and they could take over because I go to the high schools and I tell them, guys, come on, I'm the bridge.
Yes.
Just make
You
sure
know,
they
be
don't
part
get
of the radio.
Make sure they don't get rid of the Sunday night oldies, man. I'm a
We're going to have a problem. We're going to have problems.
hot.
Yeah.
The hood is gonna be hot. The music of the hood is gonna be hot. Fuming.
All these but goodies will never die.
Yes.
sure.
Will never
No.
die. That was,
Oldies.
And one
that
day
was
we'll
part
be
of it.
oldies but
It's all
goodies.
about love. You know what
Hey,
All
yeah,
about
you know,
love.
you're right. You know,
Yeah.
we'll go back to the women's thing. You know,
Yeah.
oldies talk about how to love a
I
woman.
mean? How to love a woman, and now
Yes,
all the music
that's what I love.
And the cleanest music
yeah,
ever. Con una
it's all
historia
about
tan bonita.
love.
Yes.
But then now, I mean, not to bash on rap, but a
Yeah.
lot of it is a lot of crazy
I ain't feeling it.
bashing our women, and it's like, come
And
on.
even our
Yeah.
old school hip hop, even when it was, conflict, it was not bad. You can still vibe with it. You can
Yeah,
still get
yeah.
along with each
Yeah.
other. And the
Yes.
sad songs were still songs you can grieve to, be in your emotions, but
Yeah.
also not go out and want to hurt somebody.
Yeah.
It just made you really want to
Yeah.
be in your
I
feelings.
mean, the
Yes.
message
Yes.
that we're hypnotizing our children with, the B words and F it this and do this, and the
Yeah.
way we treat that's the way
Yeah.
our community and our youth are being basically brainwashed, and then you got to add trauma on top of that,
Yeah.
and anger and hurt, and them getting their heart broken, and boom, they lash out like
Sometimes it's funny because you see us, we're older, we're from the community, we're from the city, or not the city of another city, but our own city here within.
Yes.
And, a lot of us are old school. And so you see the younger generation, even my own kids who are, teenagers now, they look at us like we're crazy. You had no idea what we went through. You don't know. And the change that we're trying to instill into them so they don't have to know. That's our future. That's our future.
That's where it starts.
Yep. That's why better women, better minds, empowerment to each other, it'll happen.
Instill it in your children at a very young age.
Absolutely.
Education.
Educación. Siempre la educación.
That's right. Yeah. It's been a pleasure, guys. Un abrazote.
It's been an honor. Right? The honor to be on this show.
Absolutely.
Any acknowledgments or thank yous? Anybody?
Yes, I would like to acknowledge and thank my cousin Sabrina for thinking about me and inviting me and getting me involved. Because sometimes, like I said, we don't see it ourselves because we're so busy pushing and trying, but she's seen it in me, and thank you to her. I'm here.
You're a blessing, girl.
Thank you.
Too.
Thank you.
Yes. Blessing. That's right.
Well, they both made my day.
No, of course,
serious,
always.
Because I'm a sharing person. Sharing is caring. But basically, Roberta and me come from the same background, and we know the same people, and hopefully other people that we know will join us on marches. Because some of the girls that went today that I invited was the first time being involved in anything.
And I bet you they love what they saw.
Oh, they did.
Put out your number real quick, so that way anybody that's listening right now is going to jot it down and give you a call later. Go ahead.
Okay. My number is 209-513-0535, Sabrina Flores Ng.
Okay.
And I'm Roberta Arriaga, and you can call me if you want to just talk or, have motivational speeches, or if you need a shoulder to cry on. I can see what I can do and make time for you. And my phone number is 209-430-0299.
Right.
And you could call me through Sabrina. She's my manager and producer, and she'll vet the calls, make sure they're appropriate, and then I have the skills and qualifications to deal with you. Nah. My number is 209-762-0850. That's 209-762-0850.
And if he doesn't return the call, he's a busy man, but he will get back to you.
I got 2 in the morning, so be careful what you ask for. As I'm going through my emails and all at 2 in the morning. I'm a night owl, and then in the mornings I wake up like, I hate waking up in the mornings.
Right on.
What a pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're listening to KXVS.
Welcome to another world, another place.
Quiero hablar de sentimientos. Dejemos el amor en la gaveta. Ahí vivamos el momento. Tenemos una noche completa. Para que lo disfrutes, pero sin compromiso. Con el teléfono en mute, hasta nuevo aviso. Fuego, fuego, hoy quiero fuego, fuego. Quiero que tu pasión me queme. Fuego, fuego, hoy quiero fuego, fuego. Fuego, fuego, quiero que tu pasión me queme. Como fuego, fuego.
La abuelita mía de todo con ambiente normal de sentimiento que tú hasta el otro día. Dame un abrazo sin lazo, cupido le rechazo y por si acaso no conoce mis intenciones. Vine a pasarla bien pero sin emociones. Go, take it to the better stay, let's stay fun. You're just so beautiful, girl, you look better than my hand. I like the way you feel, lo siento, it's working, you feel
Hoy quiero fuego, fuego, fuego. Quiero que tu pasión me queme. Fuego, 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 fuego. Hoy quiero fuego, fuego. Quiero que tu pasión me queme. Como fuego, fuego. Quiero hablar de sentimientos. Dejemos el amor en la gaveta. Ahí vivamos el momento. Tenemos una noche completa.
You know what we came here for, so get up in the mood. Set the tone and wiggle your body here for. We came to exercise. size are right, and just party tonight to get on this damn dance floor. You ready to rock? You ready to touch? And just wind up and get your damn hands up. Or get in the groove, get in the mood. Whisper all in your ear until my time's up. You ready to, you ain't ready for that. Sip Dominican rum, feel the weight of my tongue. Blue De Niro, BZ Shapiro. Move me under like a header's on Shakira.
Zapata el filo, Platinum Records, KXVS, Haiti,
and paradise, oh, that's where I want to be. Just you and me in heaven and paradise. Ooh, heaven and paradise, oh, that's where I want to be. Just you and me in heaven and paradise. Ooh, paradise. Roses are red, violets are blue. God only knows how I love you, my darling. I love you. I love you so. I'll never let you go. Let you go. Heaven and paradise, oh, that's where I want to be. Just you and me in heaven and paradise. Ooh, paradise. They told me that love was only a game. Nobody really owns love. I tell you that I've gotten my share. Please say you care. Say you care. Heaven and paradise, oh,
creado un movimiento aquí en el Bay Area. Fito Reynoso, KXVS, 2-4.
Todo lo que brilla no es oro. Las piedras rodando se encuentran. Yo te puse a bailar con mi coro. Y ahora es que yo me doy cuenta. Yo a ti te conozco mulata. Con tu movimiento maltratas. Y a todos los hombres son sata. Cuando en la pista te pones sata. Yo a ti te conozco mulata. Con tu movimiento maltratas. Y a todos los hombres son sata. Cuando en la pista te pones sata.
You're listening to Sabor Latino with Betty Ramirez right here on your community radio. KXVS 92.1 FM, The Voice of Stockton.
Noticias y algo más, el Profe Cortés, Mondays and Wednesdays, 4 to 6 p.m.
For exclusive Spanish news.
Sin filtre.
Do you want to relive the golden days of Stockton? Join Nate Knott on Stockton Alive every first and third Monday at 6 p.m. Tune into thevoiceofstockton.org.
Yo, estamos listos para crear un movimiento aquí en el Bay Area. Fito Reynoso, KXVS, 2-4.
Todo lo que brilla no es oro. Las piedras rodando se encuentran. Yo te puse a bailar con mi coro. Y ahora es que yo me doy cuenta. Yo a ti te conozco mulata. Con tu movimiento maltratas. Y a todos los hombres son sata. Cuando en la pista te pones sata. Yo a ti te conozco mulata. Con tu movimiento maltratas. Y a todos los hombres son sata. Cuando en la pista te pones sata.
Se vuelve loca, con su movimiento que provoca, anda así con poquita ropa.
Come on, girl, you know I know you.
Me mira y se muerde la boca. Anda con ropa, cara toma bebida, cara si le ve lady, para si te tiraste sola en la esquina, se para la lucha, jala la paqueta llena bala, ella nadie le iguala, mala como Juliana, porque le da la gana, se comió la manzana, fiesta hasta la mañana, dice que es de La Habana, anda con dos cubanas, fumo la marihuana, anda con banana.
Yo a ti te conozco mulata, con tu movimiento maltratas, y a todos los hombres son sata, cuando en la pista te pones sata. Yo a ti te conozco mulata, con tu movimiento maltratas, y a todos los hombres son sata, cuando en la pista te pones sata.
Alright, here we go. Mommy, ready to know. Live by the motto, yeah, live and die slow. Roll on 24s, living la vida low. Breaking my cortisone, no. Danger in the fields of Cuba, on the beach of Aruba. All I wanted was you, but you had to go and do it. Now I'm just going through it, sipping the mini rum, going diggy dumb, trapping and rapping. I thought that you was my love thing. You're killing me slow, girl. Might as well go bang. Let me catch my breath. Mama, I did it right. Where did we go left? You know my name. Study my gang. That's on gang. I put that on everything. I know, but you gotta go. This is the last time. Hasta luego.
Yo a ti te conozco mulata, con tu movimiento maltratas, y a todos los hombres son sata, cuando en la pista te pones sata. Yo a ti te conozco mulata, con tu movimiento maltratas, y a todos los hombres son sata, cuando en la pista te pones sata.
Y me busqué lo que no está pa' mí,
Yo me busqué lo que no está pa' mí.
y me metí adentro de su cintura.
Adentro de su
Y yo
cintura.
que antes no era así.
Ay, no era así.
Ahora me tiene a bote la locura.
Díselo, Pito.
Y si por ahí tú la ves, dile que no me importa que sea tan mala, que quiero tenerla otra vez. Y si por ahí tú la ves, dile que no me importa que sea tan mala, que quiero tenerla otra vez. Mala, malita y bien.
Qué mala tú eres.
Mala, si tú eres más mala que Nazaret. Mala, malita y bien.
Qué mala tú eres.
Mala, si tú
vez más, de regreso otra vez con este nuevo ritmo que te hace mover. Resiente el bass sacudiendo las paredes, pega tan fuerte que provoca a las mujeres. Le sumo al volumen a todo lo que da, pa' que lo sientas y te pongas a bailar. Saca a tu pareja pa' que entres en caliente, bailando este ritmo que suena bien fuerte, fuerte.
Que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, siéntelo, bailalo. Que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, siéntelo, bailalo. Que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, siéntelo, bailalo. Que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, siéntelo, bailalo.
Ahora voy a hacer lo que más me gusta. Escucha.
Que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, siéntelo, bailalo. Que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, siéntelo, bailalo. Que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, siéntelo, bailalo. Que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, siéntelo, bailalo.
Boom, que retumbe, que siga retumbando. Boom, pa' que sientas la pista temblando.
Que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, siéntelo, bailalo. Que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, siéntelo, bailalo. Que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, siéntelo, bailalo. Que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, que retumbe, siéntelo, bailalo.
When that soul gets together, the party's off the hook. All the people in this house, we wanna see you dance. So come on, everybody, make this here party last. 'Cause the rhythm that we lay down put you in that Latin trance. El conguero, dales un paso, timbalero, me dan una clave. Este baile es para usted, con las chicas. Mueve la cintura. en el Latin trance. El conguero, dale su paz, timbalero. Me dan una clave, este baile es para usted. Con las chicas, mueve la cintura.
Shit funky.
You go like a stone that
miss your chance to turn away. How you got trapped in this, you'll never know. Deeper you go, it's a feeling that so many stories have been told. And when her magic unleashes and you both become entwined, there's no reason to know or even why. You say just one dance, you won't even drive her home. But something inside is telling you that it's okay. It seems like tonight you've sold your soul.
Kimball Hooker right here, breathing underwater on La Voz, La Voz, La Voz, the voice of San Joaquin. With Betty Ramirez, thank you for joining me. Do appreciate you.
Like a noose on my neck, it haunts me like death. How I pray for my freedom now. Lord, show me a sign how. They say I need to be checked. Friends think I'm just a hot mess, yeah. My life is like breathing on the water now. I said my life is like breathing on the water now. I take my last breath when I look around. My life is like, my life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. The pressure's up to here now. It hurts to even swallow now. I need to be strong. My last hope all is gone. I'm sinking in quicksand. No one there to lend me a hand. They say I need to be checked. Friends think I'm just a hot mess, yeah. My life is like breathing on the water now. I said my life is like breathing on the water now. I take my last breath when I look around. My life is like, my life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. Underwater now. Underwater now. Underwater now. Underwater now. Underwater now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. My life is like breathing on the water now. Breathing on the water now. Breathing.
You're listening to Sabor Latino with Betty Ramirez right here on your community radio. KXVS 92.1 FM, the voice of Stockton.
This is a production for the voice of San Joaquin.
Porque nos vamos a enlazar
Con el mero, el gallo de Zacatecas.
That's right, homeboy.
el de Guayá.
You got it, homeboy. Ahí les voy.
Dicen que soy poderoso, yo solo soy su amigo. No hace falta averiguar, saben a qué me dedico. Me gusta vivir muy bien, aunque me siga el peligro.
Nosotros somos los Tucanes de Tijuana y nos vamos directamente. Adelante, échale, primo.
Hay que hacer ruido para que se mire la polvadera. Ahí le va. Mi gente le gusta la neta. Escuche en su carro, en su avioneta. Si prefiere mejor en bicicleta o en casa de su suegra Petra. Sin pelos en la lengua. Sin pelos en la lengua. Sin pelos en la lengua. Se escucha la neta. Hay que hacer ruido. Sin pelos en la lengua. Hay que hacer ruido. Sin pelos en la lengua. Para que se mire la polvadera. Sin pelos en la lengua. Se escucha la neta. Es la neta. Una producción del DJ Mix para el nuevo Imperio Enterprises. Radializando. Sin pelos en la lengua. Sin pelos en la lengua. Es la neta. Sin pelos en la lengua. Sin pelos en la lengua. Gallo. Sin pelos en la lengua. Se escucha la neta. Hay que hacer ruido. Sin pelos en la lengua. Hay que hacer ruido. Sin pelos en la lengua. Para que se mire la polvadera. Sin pelos en la lengua. Se escucha la neta. Es la neta. Una producción del DJ Mix para el nuevo Imperio Enterprises. Radializando. Sin pelos en la lengua. Sin pelos en la lengua. Es la neta. Sin pelos en la lengua. Sin pelos en la lengua.
And of course, you can listen to Gallo and Yoshi every Friday right here on your community radio. Every Friday between the hours of 4 and 6 o'clock. And of course, you know, he does awesome. And of course, it is English and Spanish. It's Spanglish, ¿verdad? And of course, his program is called Latinos Like to Spanglish. So again, every Friday nights between the hours of 4 and 6. With Gallo and Yoshi. And then we have Noticias y Algo Más with Profe Cortés. And of course, he is on Mondays and Wednesdays. And it's our reporter that goes to Mexico and brings back some exclusive news to share with the community right here off the Miracle Mile. And he is on for 4 to 6 as well. And again, it's Mondays and Wednesdays. So if anybody that is learning to speak Spanish, that is a Noticias to tune in. Okay? I really mean it. And not only that, but he gives us the most exclusive news, and not even Telemundo gets it. Can you believe that? Yeah. Love that. Again, Noticias y Algo Más con Profe Cortés. It is Monday and Wednesday, 4 to 6. Y para las personas que hablan español, Noticias y Algo Más es noticias en español exclusivas el lunes y también el miércoles 4 a 6 con el Profe Cortés. Para que sepan, búsquenlo, ¿ok? También tenemos Latinos Like to Spanglish con Gallo, el Gallo y Yoshi. Es cada viernes 4 a 6. Por eso también ese es otro programa. Si le gustaría escuchar, también es buenísima. Ok, están escuchando La Voz con Betty Ramirez. Thank you so much for tuning in. You are listening to La Voz with Betty Ramirez right here on your community radio. Noticias y Algo Más, el Profe Cortés, Mondays and Wednesdays, 4 to 6 p.m. for exclusive Spanish news. Sin filtre. And of course, this is the Women's March in Stockton, January the 19th, 2019. Enjoy. I had the pleasure of recording it today.
Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale one more time. Exhale. Open your eyes. I vote a 4 for all of you. Now, before you think that that's something 1 to 10, it's not. So don't think about that. I vote a 4. I actually came back from Mexico this past Wednesday, and I was visiting my mom due to an emergency that we had. But during that time, she kept doing this to me. And I was like, Mom, what's that? I was like, is that some type of sign, gang sign or something? And she said, I vote a 4 to you. And I came to learn through that is that a 4 means that you love yourself and you love the person in front of you, regardless if it's the first time that you see them, regardless of whether something has happened in the past, regardless of whether you know, mom told you something, dad told you something, you vote a 4 to them. So you stop, you think, you choose, and you vote for love. Yes. How many of you vote for love? How many of you vote for? How many? I see a couple of you not voting fours. Come on, y'all. Now,
again, this is a women's march that happened today in
understood that,
Stockton,
I was just like,
January the 19th.
I was like, what?
At Eden
I was
Park.
like, 4, Mom?
And then it ended
But
up
now I
at
understood
Martin Luther
that
King
it's
Plaza
self-love
at 10
and
a.m.
it's
this
love to
morning.
the person in front
It
of
was a
you,
pretty
regardless
awesome event.
of whoever that is, and I think
Reporting,
that's what
Betty
that
Ramirez.
march stands for. That's what the next person that's going to come up to and represent stands for. Stands for love for all of you, for the purpose of the movement, whatever cause it may be, that it's important to do it with love and loving yourself and the person next to you. So look at the person next to you, give them a hug or a high five, whatever works best. You just want to give them a high five or something, a little knuckle touch. So I don't know you, but you're amazing for being at this march. All right? You're like, yeah, let's spread some love, y'all. This is my love in Stockton.
One hug. I need to hug you.
Me too. All right, y'all. So next time you think about it, when you come across someone, think about it. Do you vote a 4? Do you vote a 4 or not? How are you gonna vote a 4? 4 for love. So I know that y'all are right now getting ready to halfway through the program. I know y'all want to dance in a little bit. Hold on, we're gonna get to the dancing part in a little bit. Have a little dance competition. The next person that I'm going to bring up is a person that represents love, commitment, strength, and the power to believe in what she has gone through, to the truth of her story, and being able to stand not just in her own purpose, but in the excellence of many other women and what she believes can come moving forward here within our community. This person, I've had the honor to meet her, to be able to work along with her and stand in solidarity with what she stands. I love this woman and the work that she has done. She is a mother, a fighter, and a true warrior, a guerrera in our community. Please help me in welcoming Giovanna Bravo, one of the co-chairs of Stockton Women Rise Up. Please help me in welcoming her.
Hello, Stockton.
Adelante.
My name is Cristina. I am a mother, a counselor, a community advocate, an organizer, a survivor, and a warrior.
Woo!
Hey, everyone. Woo! My name is Angelica Flores. I'm a poet. I'm a community organizer. I'm a lover, and my passion is youth. And I'm also a member of the Chicana Collective, which I'm repping right here. Bienvenidos a todos. My name is Giovanna, and we are Stockton Rise Up. We come together after experiencing sexual harassment, bullying, sexism, and injustice at our previous place of employment, Fathers and Families of San Joaquin, a nonprofit led by Samuel Nunez, who happens to be here today. We stand before you wearing many hats. Some of us are members of the Chicana Collective and the Brown Berets. We are activists, community advocates, friends, comrades, and comadres, mothers. Most importantly, the biggest role we play today is the role of strong women who refuse to be silenced and mistreated. In order for our community to heal and progress, we must take a step back and identify our toxic behaviors that contribute to the pain and suffering in our community of Stockton. We cannot be afraid to call it out. Do not think that our actions stand from hate or resentment. In fact, our decision to speak out against the harmful actions of Samuel Nunez comes from the love we have for ourselves, for our community, and especially for all women in Stockton, including the women of Fathers and Families of San Joaquin. As activists, we have seen that the hardest working and largest positive contributors to our city are women. And that's right. But we continue to be undervalued, unappreciated, and unrecognized. Sexual harassment in the workplace or harassment of any kind is just one of the many issues that we face as women. Despite being abused in our homes, being catcalled in the street, being harassed and intimidated in our place of work, despite being silenced and made to occupy less space, we exist. That's right. And if you deny our existence, expect resistance. Each and every one of you here today are a testament of the power, strength, and love that we have for one another. We don't just talk about it, we are about it. Yes. Our revolution is born out of love for the people and not hatred for others. After all, it was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. who said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." With your support, we can drive out that darkness. The way to do that is by speaking your truth with love and healing as your driving force. Share your stories of strength, resilience, and resistance with us. You can submit your stories to Stockton Women Rise Up on Instagram and Facebook. Again, Stockton Women Rise Up. We believe that together we can change the toxic culture that is harmful to the women of Stockton. And before I finish, I want to invite you all in a chant with us for Stockton Women Rise Up. So when I say Stockton Women, you say Rise Up. We'll try that one more time. When I say Stockton Women, Rise Up. Stockton Women, Rise Up. Stockton Women, Rise Up. Put your fist in the air like you mean it. Feel it in your heart, feel it in your mind, feel it in your spirit. Stockton Women, Rise Up. Stockton Women, Rise Up. Stockton Women, Rise Up. Stockton Women, Rise Up. Thank you. Gracias. Telaso Kamati. Aho.
Zulima, one of the co-chairs. The Women March
here
continues.
Today as human bridges. One foot in the past, searching our ancestral lineages for the lessons we need to learn to evolve as individuals. One foot in the future, marching towards a society where all patriarchal, racist, and colonial systems have been dismantled. It is our hearts and minds that are in the present. Our hearts and minds are tools that we use to build pathways of justice for all of our sisters. We must build paths that lead to tangible change, not only symbolic thoughts and prayers, marching, hand-holding, singing, shouting at buildings. Let our hearts and minds be bound to action to one another, today and always. As we stand on the shoulders of the women who came before us, let us stand shoulder to shoulder with the women of this land and with the women who are at the front lines of racism, discrimination, and systemic abuses. Today we honor the indigenous women leaders of Stockton, and we promise to stand in solidarity with them and their issues. As they relate to indigenous women's rights, we look forward to building trust and learning how to be better allies to them, to support their priorities, beginning with our public commitment to supporting the establishment of the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women Day in Stockton. Now I will stop occupying any more space, and I will invite the chairwomen of the Stockton Powwow, Chris Garrison, Stockton community elders, and all indigenous youth leaders and organizers to the stage to honor them. Please help me in welcoming Chris Garrison.
Of course, this is the Women's March right here in Stockton, California. March for love, unity, and solidarity.
Thank you for allowing us this time here to speak
The
with
voice
you.
of San Joaquin,
I
Community
want to
Radio.
celebrate our race, the human race, regardless of creed, color, origins, anything. We're all human beings. To quote Grandpa Beaver, we're just poor, pitiful human beings. Louder, okay. They told me to kiss it earlier. I want to speak today on missing, murdered, and indigenous women. There's 506 MMIWG cases that are identified across 71 select urban areas. 128 were cases of missing indigenous women. 280 cases of murdered indigenous women. 98 were cases with an unknown status. 29 the median age of missing and murdered indigenous victims. And today this is a women's rally, and I'm speaking about women, but there's also missing and murdered indigenous men, boys, and other children. So I'm going to read their names to you so that they're not forgotten. And the ladies are going to walk around if you want to read the poster. Ashley Heavy Runner Loring. Julianne Gonzalez. Rita Papaki. Akila Faith Begay. She's a baby, you guys. A baby. You don't hear about her missing on the media. She's not on a milk carton. She's a baby. Tiffany Reed. Tanya Teresa Begay. Khadijah Britton. Oma Lombear. These women and children that are missing, some of them have been missing so long, they're now grandmothers because they left children behind. Pardon me just a second here. I want to share with you. Rosinda Strong, missing from the Yakima Indian Reservation since 2018. Leona Kinsley, missing from LeGrand, Oregon since 1999. Alyssa McLemore, missing since 2009. Don't forget the murdered Henry Scott, Olivia Lombard, Destiny Lloyd, Savannah Graywin, Hannah Harris. This is a multinational issue. Central America, South America, North America, the U.S., Canada, however you want to define it. Our women and children are going missing. It's very dear and near to us because they're ours. They're our people. Our blood runs red like their blood runs red. Your blood runs red. It's time to speak up. If you know something or you think you know something, say something. Because those women, some of them have been missing so long, and they left children behind. They're now grandmothers, but nobody knows where they're at. Thank you for your time.
If we can have about 15 seconds, and I know Ms. Tashante is going to help us count because she's a great teacher. 15 seconds of silence as we reflect on those women who are not here with us today to march. Starting now.
Get a picture. Okay. Right here. Yeah. Who else? Hold on. Thank you, baby. I'm not in here. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Turn around. Belén. Perfect.
Thank you for that. Thank you for your blessings. It's super humbling to be able to have them stand before us and offer their blessings. We are so excited. Are you excited? Okay. When we set the values of the march, we wanted to make sure that every single person saw themselves here. And I want you to give these ladies back here a hand because I think we did a good job at that. You could do better than that, y'all. We are now about to officially kick off the Women's March Stockton Rally. Y'all to pump that energy up, okay? And send all of your blessings to the young ladies and superstar women who are going to come before you today. We've already been blessed by the voices of Miss J, Ra Rocks, and Latanya at the pre-march rally. How did they do, y'all? How did they do? They turned it up, right? So we're going to continue that spirit. Next up is going to be Miss Jasmine Leak. If y'all could give her a hand as she comes to the mic, y'all.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Jasmine Leak. I am with the Stockton Younger Women's Task Force. Can you all hear me? Wow. You all are beautiful. Thank you for being here today. Thank you so much for being here today. I was the program chair. I was honored to be the program chair for today's Women's March Rally. And we have a great powerhouse lineup of women and allies that are here to speak with you today and share their stories with you. When we decided how we wanted to plan the program, we put out a call for community members to nominate community leaders and folks that had inspiring stories to share. So I'm proud to tell you that you're going to hear from about 10 different people today. So I am not going to take up any more space. I want to welcome our first community speaker and her presenter, Elder Tony McNeil, for Miss Poet Laureate Tama Brisbane.
Jasmine Lee, KXVS. She hosts her own show. on Community Radio.
Woo-hoo! Where the women at? Y'all rock stars and y'all don't even know it. Where the women at? I'm still waiting for the women all the way in the back to recognize that they rock stars. Where the women at? He got the power! Hey! Women, we rock. We are phenomenal. We are amazing. We are queens, or we are princesses and queens in the making. I am so stoked and excited to be here, and I cannot wait. This is amazing, but I promise you, as a visionary, I can't wait until we shut it all down. Until every woman come out their house, and every woman close the door and fill all of this space. And men, you're welcome too, in order to support us, because we recognize we rock stars. Hey, women rock. Yeah, we do. We rule some things. So I had Shante come up here with me, and Miss Tama come over here on this side, because I have to introduce our poet laureate. First of all, let me act like I got good sense and some upbringing. My name is Tony McNeil. I am an elder of Victory and Praise Church. I am a lead organizer for Faith in the Valley. I love turning up and protesting. I love marching around the Capitol. I love making sure that the voice of the people that don't seem to feel like they have a voice is represented, and training them to get in the face of the people that they pay to lead this city and this country and tell them what to do. That's what I love to do. All right. So I'm like, what people? Yeah, that's me all the day long. If y'all want to turn up, I'm the one. All right. All that being said, I have to introduce my sister, but I wanted to introduce her in a way that made sense. She got it right here. So, Tama, I didn't even need to have like a bio, because this is, Tama Brisbane. She's my best friend. She's my big sister. She is my mentor. She is my accountability partner. She know all things Tony, queen, elder, all of that. She's what, 10 years? I think she got 10 years on me, maybe. 12? She got 12 years on me, so she's got some experience, and I like to sit at her feet, and I like to glean from that wisdom. I'm about to turn 50 this year. I'm super excited about that thing right there. And Tama was the one who let me know that when I stepped into this space, it was going to be all over for all permission needed to be my very best self. I'm telling you, I'm excited about that thing. So she helping me live my best life. I ain't going up and down with none of these folks. Anyway, this one right here. Oh, don't worry about it. Some of y'all caught it. I'm living my best life. Okay. Y'all call it, y'all know. This one right here, she's 10 years under me. Y'all gonna catch this in a second. My responsibility is to give her everything I got to make sure that she rocks in everything that she's called to do. She passing it down to me, and I'm walking it out and applying it. And I'm passing it down to her, and she walking it out and applying it. The only way for women to really rule is if we make sure that we pass the baton, and that we tell our story, and that we empower women under us to give their best and do their best, and then have their back and support them in everything that they thrive and strive to do. Yeah. So, I was looking at them babies over there, those rock stars, divas and queens in the making. We have to make sure, ladies, that we posture ourselves to pour and transition. So now I'm going to give the mic to the lady who is my rock star, to the woman who speaks life to me and gives me permission to be my very best self, who empowers me and equips me, who shows me how to smile when I'm going through pain, because women, you know we can hurt and still walk this thing out. Yeah, she inspires me every time I see her and every time we talk, and we talk all the time. So I'm passing the baton to the person woman that's got wisdom like nobody else that I know. Oh my God, and her words are seasoned and laced with so much grace. It is no joke. Oh man, so I'm telling you now, you need to pull yourself in real close. If you're far away and you can't hear, I need you to scoot in a little bit more, because wisdom is about to speak. Wisdom is about to speak, and when wisdom speaks, you gotta listen. And Hutton may have had some things to say, but I need you to know that Queen, Point Laureate, Karma Brisbane got some stuff to say. Give it up! We flow. Where are my great-grandmothers? Where are my grandmothers? Where are my mothers? Where are all the daughters?
All of them. And a sister.
Welcome to the first time that we have ever gathered for the Stockton Women's March. There's a reason that first and time are important. This is the first time that empowered great-grandmothers, empowered grandmothers, empowered mothers, and empowered daughters can gather together in fullness and in purpose. We haven't had that before. This is the first time that 4 generations can gather and say, we about to get some stuff done. It's the first time, and it's in time. Because at no other time has all of our combined energies been so needed. If you look around, we are needed, women. This world is looking for us, women. The men have had a turn. Now it's time for us to turn it around. As Stockton's first poet laureate, it has been an honor to create poems for different occasions, but no more greater honor than this one right here, as a woman speaking to 4 generations of women. Yeah. So can I take 2 minutes to share a poem with you? Like most words in the English language, and like most people in America, the word march has its origins elsewhere. Call it an immigrant word, taking root here, becoming part of our mother tongue, before we had to call it into service to ensure that everyone can still take root here, no matter the language of their mother's tongue. Today, women are marching, embodying the definition of the word, moving along solidly, in a rhythmic stride, in a reminder of the inevitable consequence of getting in an empowered woman's way. Today, women are marching. And in a place named for a black queen, no wonder California women lead. And as we stand on some of the most fertile earth on Mother Earth, Stockton women, what movement can't we grow?
Therefore, we march. And because we march, as unbound as an indigenous woman's hair, as unbound as an Asian woman's feet, as unbound as black women's chains, and as unbound as every little girl's potential, we are more than unity. We, women, are poetry in motion. Thank you.
I want to start off with a quote. It is my hope that the love, respect, and commitment we feel for our historic community runs deeper than anything that can divide us. Little Manila will always be in our hearts. I want to honor the late Dr. Don Buholano Babalan, a historian, co-founder of Little Manila Rising, food scholar, Pinay activist, and Southside girl. She truly is an inspiring woman, and if we could please have a few moments of silence for her. Hello, and what a beautiful day it is. Woo! My name is Elaine Baruch. My preferred pronouns are she, her, hers. I was born and raised in Southside Stockton. I am a daughter of hard-working Filipinx immigrants who pushed me to reach for higher education, and because of that, I am the first to graduate in my family from college. I was empowered to come back to Stockton in hopes to making a positive impact to my community, and now I work for Little Manila Rising, an organization that fights back against historical amnesia as a way to create a more inclusive and healthy community. Today, it is important to see women in action and how we play a role in this democracy. It is important to empower our young people, our young girls, so that they too can make a positive impact to our beautiful city, which is what this amazing, powerful woman, whom I'm about to introduce, has done. She is a second-generation Filipinx American. She uses the pronouns she, her, hers. She graduated from Sacramento State, Stingers Up, with a bachelor's degree in business administration, emphasis in human resources and organizational behavior, and minoring in economics. She is passionate about her community, her history, and being intentional about her purpose in life. She has worked in nonprofit and for-profit organizations and now works for a philanthropic foundation that serves communities across Central Valley and throughout California. She wears many hats outside of her professional work life. She is a founding member of Empowering Marginalized Asian Communities, also known as EMAC. She sits on the board for Be Smooth Inc. She is the co-chair for ISAT of Stockton. She is a fellow community educator for Little Manila Rising. She has been involved with the OWL movement. She's an advocate for her community in every space she steps in and helps to empower girls and young women to understand the power that they've always had and go after what they deserve. Here she is, my sister, Casey Ann Carbonell.
Okay. So I'm here to talk to you all today, and I'm so excited to be here, but so humbled to be able to speak. Please give yourself another round of applause for making history today. So, like one of my sisters in this movement mentioned, I wear a lot of hats, but what's really important today is that I'm a believer in this movement and in women everywhere. And this movement includes trans women, non-conforming women, hetero women, all women in this movement. And I believe the purpose of community should be to lift each other up. So I always think, is the work that I'm doing lifting others up? So let's think about it together. EMAC was started because we didn't see a lot of resources for the Southeast Asian community in our city. Unique perspectives of Southeast Asians and Pacific Islanders are often left out of the dominant narrative when it comes to social justice for people of color. ICE out of Stockton, a coalition of organizations, started because we realized we all had the common goal to protect immigrants' rights in our city. The OWL movement. Some of the most strongest women I know doing amazing work in our city. Little Manila Rising started when I was in high school, and I was one of the first students to attend their after-school program, where I learned about my roots and my history as a Filipina in America. Because we don't get that in our classrooms until you decide to pursue higher education, if you even have the chance. So ethnic studies are important. We want ethnic studies now. It is critical if we are going to cultivate leaders in our city. And Be Smooth Inc. started in Brandon Harrison's name by his powerful mother, Alicia. I was asked to sit on the board with other amazingly powerful women. You see, what I'm trying to say is that women putting in time, sweat, and energy to lift up Stockton is what brought me here. And I'm sure brought a lot of you here. I don't know everyone's story. And I don't know what your journey looks like, but that's okay. Because at this very moment, our paths cross for a purpose. For me, this march stands for a lot of things. It serves as a space to embrace, celebrate, and empower each other. For me, I came here to stand up against systematic racism, colonization, imperialism, capitalism, patriarchy, homophobia, transphobia, Islamophobia, and xenophobia. I came here to stand in solidarity with women of color, indigenous women, and all the women at our borders. Being a woman of color growing up in Stockton is a story in itself. You have to be grounded, but you have to break through glass ceilings at the same time. You got to learn to love yourself and love your city at the same time, even with all the people telling you not to do either. And being a woman of color has shaped my perspectives and my experience today. So today I want to talk to you about purpose. Because my story is of my purpose, and my purpose is my legacy. My life has not been perfect. It's not been easy. God has humbled me throughout my life, and my healing journey is still being written. My family has been through a lot. Ever since my parents migrated from the Philippines, the struggle to make it has been real. I was broken most of my childhood. My home life wasn't always pretty. When I got to college, I commuted all 5 years because I had the responsibility to help stay and support my family. And the days I didn't go to school, I worked. Not because I, wanted to, because I had to survive. I juggled school, work, internships because I knew being a woman entering the workforce wasn't going to be as easy as my white male counterparts. I navigated through systems on my own and helped my parents to do the same. I didn't love myself. My relationships were toxic. I fell into depression. I've been in toxic work environments, home environments where male toxicity was so prevalent. I've been discriminated against and harassed for being a woman. And I have been able to rise up from all this because I know my purpose is greater than all the struggles I've faced. And somewhere in my healing and in my growth, I realized something. You will be placed in places that you need to be in to prepare you for the places you are going. Yes? Yes? And I truly believe that. Everything in my life, in your life, served and serves a purpose. Every traumatic experience taught me something and changed my perspective. But let's be honest, our perspectives need to change. They need to be ever-changing and inclusive if we're going to change and uplift our communities and be the change that we want younger girls and younger generations to grow up in Stockton in. So when I was younger, I couldn't imagine seeing myself finish college, finding my passion in social justice, and seeing myself being the best version of myself when I helped others be the best version of themselves. When you're a community activist, you need to balance the emotional and mental hardships of your life and also in this work. Your spirit needs to be strong and your heart needs to be in it, because you can't have a revolution without women. So I see this first ever Stockton Women's March as an opportunity to meet someone new, to build something amazing together, to gain inspiration, or just realize how powerful Stockton women are. Give yourselves a hand again, please. I'm very blessed to have strong women in my life, both in this life and have passed and came before me. And I'm 100% convinced that women working together are unstoppable. And we could do anything and we do it right. So I am so excited to see what we do together this year. Just know that you have to be better today and every day. You are your greatest project. Our city needs us to be our greatest project. So commit, believe in yourself. I'm confident in you. And I'm so thankful to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for showing up with so much love, so much strength, so much hope. Can you feel it? Yeah. My name is Shani Richards, and I'm up here with Nicole Lorenz, and we are the dynamic duo. Did you expect this much sunshine today? No, but it's awesome. It's beautiful. It's appropriate. I want to share some thoughts with you today, and they center around thoughts and action, because thoughts are what starts the creative process. Thoughts create our beliefs. And everything we see here today, and everything we see in our lives and in this community started with a thought. So I hear some agreement out there, but I need a little bit more. So I'm going to give you a great example of this. Back last year, the Stockton Younger Women's Task Force and the OWL movement members had a thought. They thought about a march here in Stockton. And
of course, that was reporting Betty Ramirez, and it was a pleasure for me to be able to do that. And again, that was the Women's March in Stockton, which was this morning, and it started at Eden Park at 9 a.m. and continued to Martin Luther King Plaza at 10 a.m. And it was a march for love, unity, and solidarity. And I think that was a wonderful, wonderful turnout. A lot of people, a lot of women, all colors, all ages was there present. and giving their opinion and listening. I think it was a beautiful event, and I'm happy to be able to report right here on your community radio, the voice of San Joaquin.
This is the remix. Alex, Belix.
Todo empezó
Mientras ella X tocaba.
cuando yo la vi bailando y sin saber yo me fui enamorando. Su mano tomé y comenzamos a bailar. Nada pude hacer, yo no la podía soltar. Yo me acerqué a little closer y bailamos a little slower. I've never felt this way before. Y me enamoré, dancing kizomba. Me enamoré de su cintura, de su paso, de su piel. Dancing kizomba. De cómo sube, cómo baja y sus besos sabor a miel. Dancing kizomba. Yo nunca había visto un monumento de mujer como usted. Dancing kizomba. Y DJ tú que sabes que la noche no se acabe. Dancing kizomba. Esa mujer me paraliza el tiempo y sin querer se adueñó
na na na. Hey. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Hey, hey. We come to party, party like it's Friday. We come to party, party like it's Saturday. We come to party, party like it's Friday. We come to party, party like the weekend. Okay, here we go. Fronts in the stage, you got the show. Don't pass the mic and don't think twice. Let the world see that your body got flow. We gonna rock it till the sunset. Somebody in the house say amen. Amen. Now dip it down low, pick it back up and let yourself go. Feel the beat, shuffle your feet. Fast wine rhythm, it can't be beat. Oh, throw your hands in the air. Oh, wave them like you just don't care. Oh, we gonna rock. Somebody in the house say amen. Amen. Now dip it down low, pick it back up and let yourself go. We got the rock, you got the roll. Let the world see that your body got flow. That your body got flow. Let the world see your body got flow. Your body got flow. Let the world see your body got flow. That your body got flow. Let the world see that your body got flow. Oh na 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 na. 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 Everybody! Okay, here we go. Fronts in the stage, you got the show. Don't pass the mic and don't think twice. Let the world see that your body got flow. We gonna rock it till the sunset. Somebody in the house say amen. Amen. Now dip it down low, pick it back up and let yourself go. Feel the beat, shuffle your feet. Fast wine rhythm, it can't be beat. Oh, throw your hands in the air. Oh, wave them like you just don't care. Oh, we gonna rock. Somebody in the house say amen. Amen. Now dip it down low, pick it back up and let yourself go. We got the rock, you got the roll. Let the world see that your body got flow. That your body got flow. Let the world see your body got flow. Your body got flow. Let the world see your body got flow. That your body got flow. Let the world see that your body got flow. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Hey. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Everybody! We got the rock, you got the roll. Let the world see that your body got flow. That your body got flow. Let the world see your body got flow. Your body got flow. Let the world see your body got flow. That your body got flow. Let the world see that your body got flow. Let the world see that your body got flow. Let the world see that your body got flow.
You're listening to KXVS, KXVS 92.1 FM, the voice of Stockton.
Do you want to relive the golden days of Stockton? Join Nate Knott on Stockton Alive every first and third Monday at 6 p.m. Tune into thevoiceofstockton.org.
Noticias y algo más, el Profe Cortés, Mondays and Wednesdays, 4 to 6 p.m. for exclusive Spanish news. Sin filtre, sin filtre.
This is a production for the voice of San Joaquín.
Porque nos vamos a enlazar con el mero, el gallo de Zacatecas.
That's right, homeboy.
El de Guayá,
You got it, homeboy. Ahí les voy.
The way he mixes.
Dicen que soy poderoso, mas yo solo soy su amigo. No hace falta averiguar, saben a qué me dedico. Me gusta vivir muy bien, aunque me siga el peligro.
Nosotros somos los Tucanes de Tijuana y nos vamos directamente. Adelante. Échale, primo.
Hay que hacer ruido para que se mire la polvadera. Ahí le va, ahí le va. Mi gente le gusta la neta. Escuche en su carro, en su avioneta. Si prefiere mejor en bicicleta o en casa de su suegra Petra. Sin pelos en la lengua. Sin pelos en la lengua. Sin pelos en la lengua. Se escucha la neta. Hay que hacer ruido. Sin pelos en la lengua. Hay que hacer ruido. Sin pelos en la lengua. Para que se mire la polvadera. Sin pelos en la lengua. Se escucha la neta. Es la neta. Una producción del DJ Mix Mix para el nuevo Imperio Enterprises. Radializando. Sin pelos en la lengua. Sin pelos en la lengua. Es la neta. Sin pelos en la lengua. Sin pelos en la lengua. El gallo. Sin pelos en la lengua. Se escucha la neta. Hay que hacer ruido. Sin pelos en la lengua. Hay que hacer ruido. Sin pelos en la lengua. Para que se mire la polvadera. Sin pelos en la lengua. Se escucha la neta. Es la neta. Una producción del DJ Mix Mix para el nuevo Imperio Enterprises. Radializando. Sin pelos en la lengua. Sin pelos en la lengua. Es la neta. Sin pelos en la lengua. Sin pelos en la lengua.
And of course, you can catch El Gallo and Yoshi on every Friday on Latinos Like the Spanglish Show. And that is between the hours of 4 and 6 right here on your community radio station. They're a fun team. They make me laugh. They crack me up every time they come. So tune in on Fridays 4 to 6 for Latinos Like the Spanglish. Okay, and then we have, let's see, El Barrio del Chivo Crab Feed. And this is happening February the 23rd, so you may want to add this on your calendar. It is a Saturday. 2019, doors open at 6, and dinner will be served at 7. And guess what? They have dancing. So that's going to start at 9 a.m. 9 p.m. and it's going to go to 11:30 p.m. Okay? So it is going to take place at the Italian Athletic Club, 3541 Cherry Land Avenue. That's in Stockton, California, with DJ let's see, Bernie Allaire. And if you want to buy tickets, please contact Josie Hernandez at 209-351-1296. Again, her number, Josie Hernandez's number is 209-351-0296. And if you have information on an event that's coming up, please send it in or drop off a flyer right here. We're at 231 Bedford Road in Stockton, California, off the Miracle Mile. Easy to find. So drop off a flyer. And if you have a nonprofit organization and you need to get your information out, well, this is the place to do it because this is your community radio. And since we are nonprofit as well, we ask that you bring your information here so that we can air it for you, okay? We're also looking for individuals to become a member right here. So we ask that you join KXVS, and like our banner reads, let's make Stockton better together. And that's something that we truly believe in. And if you look us up on the voiceofstockton.org or kxvs.org, you will find everything that you need right there to become a member. Or if you want to underwrite any of the programming, please do. If you want to sponsor or even make a simple donation, which we sure can use, being that we're nonprofit, 501c3, you could do so right there as well. Just look us up on the voiceofstockton.org. And remember that when a community has a voice, it has the power to shape its own destiny. Remember that, okay? Community radio is back, and we are here to stay. So, okay, we do have another event. Well, I need to put this event out because this is our friend Juan Escovedo, who agreed to be part of our event for the 5th annual Chicano Community Program, radio reunion, car show, and also fundraiser for the Voice of San Joaquin, because we're no longer Stockton, but we are the Voice of San Joaquin. So we're very happy to be able to do that, and that's a sign of growth. Yes, 180,000 listeners every month, and that's through all social media. Isn't that cool? We're very happy. Very, very happy. So Juan Escovedo is going to be performing with the All-Stars at Yoshi's Oakland And that's going to take place March the 11th, so you still have plenty of time to buy your tickets ahead of time. So yeah, Oakland, Yoshi, March the 11th, 2019. And of course, he's going to be celebrating his 60th birthday, so you might want to go over there and celebrate with him. That is so cool. And so I'm happy to be able to bring that information to you. And like I said, any events that's happening out there, please give us a call. Let us know so that way we could put it up for you. Live performance by Dos Four and Gambizi. Of course, I had them both here for an interview, and they donated a CD of theirs, and I've been playing it. And so every time you hear me say Dos Four and Gambizi, yes, and they are playing fusion music. That's what they call their music. And I love it. It is so awesome. So they're going to be performing Monday, February the 11th. And this is also taking place at Yoshi's in Oakland, 510 Embarcadero West in Oakland, California. More information or reservations, 510-238-9200. So keep us in mind if you have something coming up, because we would love to put out your information. Need a hall? For wedding, bar mitzvah, birthdays, quinceañeras, receptions, meetings, corporate events, and more, give Fraternal Order of Eagles number 83 a call at 209-462-2828. And as for Manny, he's going to be able to take care of you. And of course, this is the hall that is right next door to the bowling alley, West Lane Bowling Alley. They're located at 1492 Bourbon Street, Stockton, California, 95204. Luna lovers, this is Las Cafeteras. Right here on La Voz, La Voz, La Voz, con Betty Ramírez. Hope you enjoyed the Women's March interview here in Stockton. Love doing that for you.
And
Friendly feelings in the air, touching people everywhere. Plenty love and everything. Listen to the people sing.
Ay, mami. Mami.
My
short and looking sporty, stepped up to her with a posse. I said, what's up, baby? Do you got a man? K looks the real deal. Come on with me, let me show you how I do. She said, cause I got what you really want, you got what I really need. I just wanna get it right, and I wanna squeeze you tight. Knock back some of his hypnotic. Come back to the after party. Yeah. Girl, you know you're fine, I wanna take our time. Babe, I'll do you right, don't wanna fuss and fight. Treat you like a star, make you shine bright. Protect you like a king, serenade you like a queen. Cause I got what you really want, you got what I really need. I just wanna get it right, and I wanna squeeze you tight. Knock back some of his hypnotic. Come back to the after party. Yeah. When I turn up, you gon' see. You just might get sprung on me. K-Hook got just what you need. Don't be scared, take a peek. Girl, I wanna lick, girl, I wanna hit. Girl, I wanna feel you out. I just wanna take, can I keep it real? I just wanna turn you out. Knock back some of his hypnotic. Come back to the after party. Yeah. Girl, you know you're fine, I wanna take our time. Babe, I'll do you right, don't wanna fuss and fight. Treat you like a star, make you shine bright. Protect you like a king, serenade you like a queen. Cause I got what you really want, you got what I really need. I just wanna hit it right, and I wanna squeeze you tight. Knock back some of this hypnotic. Come back to the after party. Yeah. Come back to the after party. Yeah.
Te busco porque eres mi corazón, mi amor, te busco porque a los placeres no le encuentro gusto, nada es igual si tú no estás. Pregunto si lo que yo siento lo sentimos juntos. Yo quisiera darte toditito el mundo y más por ver lo que pasa. A tu lado de nada tengo temor, porque son tus ojos que me dan valor, que no habrá paso. Camino acompañado es mejor. Tú dices a donde quieras y yo voy. Toma mi mano y vámonos volando, que la vida se nos va y no nos va a esperar y se nos va a escapar. Vámonos volando, que la vida se nos va
escuchan a KXVS 92.1 FM, la radio de la comunidad. La radio de la comunidad. Gracias por su sintonía. Of course, this one is Joe Baton. It's called After Shower Funk. And of course, you've been listening to La Voz with Betty Ramirez. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do appreciate you in a big way. And you know what? I did enjoy the Women's March this morning. It was pretty awesome to see all the women come together, all colors, all ages. I mean, it was just beautiful. You know what? I had one of the artists put together a sign. And the sign reads, of course, the voice of San Joaquin. Isn't that beautiful? Mr. David did this. Quite the calligrapher. And of course, anybody that does calligraphy, oh, it's my friend, right? I took one class of calligraphy at Delta College, and you create your own writing. And this is something that I was able to do. And I see that he's got the talent and is able to do the same. And he tells me he goes all over the place. He just finished coming back from Mexico, doing a job. Isn't that cool? Look at that. That is beautiful. So I'll be putting it up. And I just wanted to say thank you, thank you. And thank you to all the women, everyone that came out today to support and show support for women's rights, right? It was beautiful to see. And I was able to record good part of the speakers, you know, when they were speaking, and I was happy to be able to play it for you today on the radio. You could always find it on our Facebook. Just look for Women's March and download it, and there you go. And share if you can, okay? Right, it was a good one today. I was pretty proud to be there. Pretty proud to be part of it. All right, this is Betty Ramirez signing off. Thank you so much for tuning in to La Voz. And thank you to all the guests that came in today, because we all talked about the meeting. We all talked about the march. And thank you to Henry Ortiz for coming through. Sabrina Flores, my girlfriend. Thank you so much, Sabrina. And also Roberta Arriaga. She was awesome. She's awesome. All right. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the Saturday. Keep it safe. And peace. Betty Ramirez signing off. Noticias y algo más. El Profe Cortés, Mondays and Wednesdays, 4 to 6 p.m. for exclusive Spanish news. Sin filtre. Noticias y algo más. El Profe Cortés, Mondays and Wednesdays, 4 to 6 p.m. for exclusive Spanish news. Sin filtre.
Do you want to relive the golden days of Stockton? Join Nate Knott on Stockton Alive every first and third Monday at 6 p.m. Tune into thevoiceofstockton.org.
Sabor Latino, Monday through Friday, 4 to 6 with Eddie Ramirez, your host.
Bajo la sombra gris de otra montaña